Hello, and welcome to lesson 20 of the Learning Guitar series. In lesson 19, we started to discuss Dorian, and we looked at scales and arpeggio. And we looked at this from the point of view of the shape of E minor. So basically this shape, this chord, very well-known chord. And of course with a barré, we are transposing it in all keys. In this lesson, we're going to look at the chords that come with it. As usual, you will have a PDF that comes with it, and this time is kind of packed, even if you would just referring to this only to this particular shape at this stage. So you have a 4-page PDF of chord shapes that can go with that, and I'm going to show them to you in a second, in more details, and how you can practice this and make the most out of it. First of all, one consideration: Dorian is 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7, 9, 11, and 13, if we look at the vertical structure. So when we started the arpeggios, we looked at something that went. Okay? And as a scale, it was 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, and, root note. When it comes to chords, obviously we have the triadic-based chords, so, in this case, G minor. Actually, today I'm going to do everything in A, okay? So you have A minor, and I think we're all familiar with that. Once we start adding embellishments and colors, so once we start adding flat 7 to it, 9, 11, and 13s, we see that with Dorian we have quite a variety of colors and range we can get out of in terms of chord playing. So you have a lot of chords you can develop and a lot of colors. Now, if we look at the PDF, we start with the normal chord, and then I'm starting to add variations to it. Here you have a flat 7, here you have a 13 and a flat 7. The question is more, how do you want to practice this? And I think you should do it in 2 ways. And when we look at the backing track that comes with this video, you'll see where I'm going with this. So first of all, you might want to, just practice some of these shapes. You can do it literally with the metronome, or like a loop, like just a tone. So for example, I can have, let's say, just an A note. I'm going to use A this time. Okay, I have just a tone, so it gives me a reference. And maybe with the metronome, every 4 you play a different chord. So I'm just going to use the sequence on the PDF, so you see what I mean. So that's A minor. That's the second one. That's the third one. 4. With the 9th. Then there is a series of chords which are made basically of the root note and the last 3 strings, okay? So in this case, if you're using a pick, you'll have to be kind of careful with your muting, because you're basically not using these 2 strings. In this case, personally, I prefer to use fingers to do that. It allows better control. Root note, flat 3, 5, 1, you'll see all that in the PDF anyway. So you have this. Now with a 6th. With a flat 7, 6 and 9, flat 7 and 9, 11, flat 7 and flat 3, just with a 9, and the basic form would be 1, flat 7, flat 3, 5, and 1 again, with a 6th. That's the 6th, right? It's right here. With the 9th. Again, if you do some proper muting, you can, get away with it. 7 flat 9. Then we have what we so-called shell chords. So it's basically just 3 notes over 3 strings. 1, flat 7, flat 3 to start from. So you have just this. Then the 6th. 9. And we are at the next page of the PDF. First 4 strings. That's with a 6 and a flat 3. This is already more, stretchy type. 4th, so with 11 in the chord, with the 6th, that's always an interesting one, with the 9th, with the 6th here, with the 6 and a 9, bit of a stretch, with a 6 and a flat 3 and 2 root notes, 1 5 1 flat 3, 1 flat 7. Now we're using these 3 strings and the root note. 13, flat 7. So as I said, if I want to do with the metronome, maybe like, I don't know, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 2 3 4, 1. This I got the 5th in the bass. 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, etc. As always, you have in the PDF, you can see there is root notes which are like a black dot and root notes which are a white dot. The one with the white dot is just to give you a visual reference of where the root note would be given the shape that we're studying. I like to subdivide chords into the type of chords I would use if it's, say, like a duo situation, so maybe like just guitar and voice, okay? In which case I need to be able to carry the bass at the same time, so to give you like a full perception of the harmony. It's different instead in a band situation where probably there is a bass player, in which case I don't have to play the root all the time in the chords. So like now you have these kind of shapes here, and you have many, as you can see, where the root note is not necessarily present. As you scroll down, you'll see also there's chords on the last 4 strings, and these are very common, say if you're playing a rhythm guitar, funk music. So like say now I'm on page 3 again, I think, so it would be something like 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So you can get familiar with all of them. I said if you can have a drone in the back, I'm doing it in A actually, because even you can use this empty string as a reference, even for the chords that don't really have a root note. So you can always have, well, a reference. 3 4 3 4 1 3 4. And these are all minor chords, right? I hope that's clear, right? With 3 strings. 4 1 3 4 1 3 4 1 3 4 1 3 4 1 3 4 1 3 4 3 4 1 3 4 1. Okay. Now that's one way you can practice it, so that, you know, I'm sure some of this shape will stay with you more than others, okay? Now, another way you might want to practice this is to go back literally to lesson 3, I believe. That's where we studied the shape of E, major, and the chords, okay? So we were looking at this shape, probably G major or A major or B major, whatever, we're just transposing it, and the chords that came with it. So you want to practice basically major to minor, okay? So maybe have the PDF for the minors on one side, like this one, and the major next to it, and go back and forth. In a way, this is going to really help you visualizing what the intervals are. What I mean is, say like for example A major, when we studied A major, from this particular shape, the 6th is here, the 9 is here, that's a major 7, that's a flat 7, that's a 6, that's a 9, that's a 4th, and the intervals, they don't change just because now we're doing minor. What's changing from major to minor is the 3rd, instead of being a major 3, is a flat 3. So we went from this to this, basically. That's all there is to it. And of course, the moment we start adding colors, then we need to know our theory, and we started that. So the colors I can add to major are 7, major 7, 9, 11, and 13. With 11 being, like, you know, sometimes a bit difficult to negotiate sonically. When it comes to minor, we can add the 9, like in major, so it's the same note. So if this is a 9, and it is, this is major 9, major with added 9, and this is minor with added 9. The 9 is still there, it's not going to go anywhere. Same thing for the 6. So the 13, we can add the 13 both to Ionian and to Dorian. So that's a simple 1, major 3, 6. And that's the minor version. So it's just a flat 3, just the third that is moving, okay? So it could be good for you to practice, say, a major and a minor. Major, minor. And you can try different... You can even decide, okay, I'm going to keep one interval fixed. So, for example, the 9. And I'm going to do, say, major with a 9, minor with a 9. Okay? Major 7 with a 6 and a 9. Minor 7 with a 6 and a 9. Right? Or major 7 like this. Minor 7 with a flat 7 and a 9. Okay? So, in other words, this could be a good exercise for you not only to practice these minor chords that you're learning now, but also combine them, kind of recapping, or if you forgot them, you know, kind of going back to lesson 3 and refresh it. Okay, I'm gonna now set up the backing track so I can show you how that works. By the way, the backing track itself, you can use it to practice major to minor chord-wise, and of course you can use it to do major to minor in terms of practicing arpeggios and scales. Enjoy practicing, and of course enjoy playing. So use the backing track to actually play, okay? It's great to do exercises, but at some point trying to make some music. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure as always. Stay tuned. After this, I'm gonna attach, you know, an example on how to use the backing track. Okay? Bye.